I'm live. I'm supposed to be this way. Orientation is locked. Nope. Okay, I'll be this way. Hello, welcome. How are you? I have somebody here. I don't know who you are. Who are you? Hey. We're gonna get started. I'm so excited. I did this last week and it was really fun. I just roll the dice and it decides what I'm gonna tie-dye. So before I get into it, I'm gonna show you what I dyed last week. So last week we rolled for a bucket hat. So I got this bucket hat here. Turned out really cool. We rolled yellow. Well, first we rolled yellow and brown and we were like, we're not doing that. I'm not doing yellow and brown. Say hi when you come in. I want to know who's here. And so we ended up doing yellow and green. Hey, mama. And then the other thing we did here was this. Oh, it's Jay. Hey, Jay. This is the other one. Jay, isn't this cool? This is a very Jay-coded shirt. This was one we rolled where it was only one color. So this is just one color and it's, it was a yellow we rolled, but we ended up doing tangerine. So that was that one. And then we did some socks. So these were the socks that I did. This is a method that I don't have a video on yet that I'm hoping to post soon called Tiger Stripe. There's, oh, my family's here. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I promise I won't hold you hostage too long. Okay, so those were the 3 things I did last week. We're gonna see which 3 things we do this week. I'm so excited because this is really fun. Last week when I ended, I was like, I'm already ready to do that again because it's really fun. Okay, so if you weren't here last week, let me show you how this works. So here is my sheet. My roll for tie-dye, and I'll try to keep an eye on the comments too. So I have these dice and I'm going to roll. So I'm going to start with which blank I'm going to roll. So I'm going to roll my 8 dice, which is, that one's 10. This one's 8. Okay, so 8. Anna's choice. What a surprise. Here, let me do it again. Here we go. Hello! Yay, you're back! Okay, 6. Okay, we'll do a towel. That's a good one. That's a good one to get started with. Okay, we'll do a towel. How many colors are we going to do? I'm going to do 1 through 6. Oh, wait. No, we're not doing... Yeah. I know what I'm doing here. 3 colors. Okay, we're going to do 3 colors, and I have to write this backwards, which I'm getting really good at. Backwards 3. Okay, now I'm going to see which... this is what I'm doing this time is I'm doing like colorways. So 2, so cool tones. Okay, so I'm gonna do like blues and greens and purples. So that'll be fun. Okay, let's see here which, fold. Oops, it landed on 10. My choice. Okay, all right. That's not fun. Why don't you guys decide? You guys wanna choose? What fold should I do for that? And then for this one, we're gonna do DOI or do DUI. That means die on the ice or die under the ice. Let's see here. Woo! Odd. So die on the ice. That's good because that gives me more color splits. Okay, so we are going to do a towel. I've already soda ash soaked all this stuff. And I wring it out so you guys don't have to watch me do that too. I learned that lesson last week. Should we do shibori? I did shibori last week and it didn't turn out very good. So I'm gonna redeem myself this time. In fact, I just remembered I didn't bring that over here. But okay, here we go. Let's do shibori. And we're gonna do cool tones. So I'm going to, let me make sure I can see this here, yeah. No school like the old school. That's right, J. Bob Potato. Okay, so I'm going to just accordion fold down here. The last week what I made is I made these folds too big, so it didn't turn out very cool. We also did only 1 color, which was part of our problem. So there we go. I accordion folded it that way. Okay, now I'm gonna fold it like a flag. So I'm gonna fold this diagonal and then this diagonal like a triangle. Like so. And then guess what? I got these new things I'm excited to try. Instead of using my my cookie sheets, I'm gonna try it out on these. So let me go get some ice. BRB, folks. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna grab a couple pool noodles here and just stick them right here so that I don't have to build a barricade. All right, so here's the ice. And here's the other thing too I was gonna say. So Salt Lake City, we're in Salt Lake, we're in Texas, El Paso, cool. Okay, so we're doing cool tones. These colors are new colors to me, so I set them aside because I really want to try to explore with them because I haven't done very much with them. So I'm just going to go through them and see if I don't have some cool tones. Ooh, eggplant. Ooh, what do you think about this? Let's do eggplant and snow maiden. Oh, I need 3 colors. Eggplant, snow maiden, and sea glass. What do you think about that? I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking yeah. Okay, so eggplant, snow maiden, and sea glass. That's gonna be cool. Okay. Here we go. I'm actually gonna put this under here because I don't wanna have to. It's gonna sprinkle the dye on there. Okay. I'm just gonna do sea glass, like on this corner here. And then eggplant down the center. So usually my family is not here, but they are here today. But they're being quiet for right now, so hopefully they stay that way. And snow maiden. Yeah, I love this combination too. This might be like a new colorway for me. That's why I really like doing this dice roll thing, is like, I don't know if I would have necessarily done this. Okay, look at that, guys. Look at that, folks. We've done our first. So this was, I'm doing this so I can remind myself too. So we did a towel with 3 colors with cool tones. Anna's choice that ended up being Ellen's choice, but that's how it always should be anyway, with the dye on the ice. Okay? All right, let's do it again. Here we go. What do we do? All right. I kind of know what I want to get, but we shall see. Okay. It feels lonely without Grace. Grace! She was here with me last week, but she's not here this week. She's in Vegas. Boo! Okay, I really can't tell what... Okay, this is 8. This is my D8 is what they call it. 3. A kid's shirt. Okay, which brings me to my next point. I have an Etsy store, and I have a bunch of kids' clothes on there. And if you are interested in kids' clothes, shoot me a message because I want to write you a coupon. Anybody on here today, if you want kids' clothes, you send me a message. You're getting a coupon, okay? Because I need to get rid of some of these kids' shirts. I've had them for like, some of them I've had them for like a year. Okay, how many colors? 6? Oh my gosh, okay. Hopefully we don't get monochrome. Oh, I did it. See, I did it backwards. 6. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna do, what colors? Warm tones. Okay. Ooh, okay, this could be cool. This could be, we can make it like a fire. Okay, and then let's see which fold we're gonna do. Whoop. Oh, that's 12. That's not gonna work. 6, is that 6 or 9? 6. A roll. Ooh. Okay, this is gonna be cool. Let's do dye on ice or dye under the ice.
Mommy.
Hey you, 4, dye under the ice. Okay, this is gonna be cool, you guys. We are going to do a psychedelic roll. No. We've got a little 3-year-old here now, and hopefully she won't be too much of a distraction to me. What's the max amount of colors you've ever used on a project? 6 sounds like a lot. It does, doesn't it? And it is a lot. The max, I don't know if I've ever done more than 6. I've done 6 because I've done rainbow, and that's usually 6 colors. Sometimes I do just 5 colors, but the max I've ever done, I think, is 6. So here we go. Let's do 6 colors. And I've got a kid's shirt right here. This one is a kid's size small. So I guess I could do it for my son. Oh, and look at that. I already got some dye on it right there. My friend is in Vegas right now. Oh, I already said that, didn't I? Yeah, she's in Vegas right now. She just saw the Awakening show. And she said it was really cool costumes, but the plot was kind of lame. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at all the speckles. Oh my gosh. The dye was on the table and I didn't notice. That's okay. That's okay. Happy accidents. You got a balloon? Yeah. You see how speckled that is now? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do a roll, and I'm gonna do a roll. No, go give it to Dada. Okay, go ask Dada to help you. Let's see. How should I do this? I'm gonna do a diagonal. Like that. No, I did that last week. Boring. I'm gonna do sleeve and sleeve. Okay, so I'm gonna fold it in half here. So I like to use Taylor's chalk. I prefer to use washable markers, but they keep dying and my kids keep finding them. So we're using Taylor's chalk. That's right, it's texture. I added a little extra texture. When I really mess something up, it turns into my kids' clothes. So, no prob. No prob, Bob. Okay, now Ryan's being loud. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to line up this sleeve. Hold on one second, let me shut this door. Okay. Apparently they're going on a walk. Wish them luck. It's only like 94 degrees. Okay. So there is that fold in half. Wow, there are so many speckles on that. Lesson learned on that one. When I use these new things I just got, I need to make sure that I'm wiping off the counter after. Okay, so I'm gonna do, it's called Chorus of Angels is what they're calling it on the Facebook groups, where you do it on a diagonal like this. So this is like right where the armpit is, right here, and then I'm just going to roll it along the line like this. So we are doing 6 colors on this tiny little shirt. But that's okay, it's gonna look like fire. It's gonna actually be really cool. So I'm just gonna tuck this in here and then fold it in half, and I'm gonna flip it over this way. So I don't need a big gutter, I just need my little gutter. So these gutters, I have one that's 1 foot, one that's 2, one that's 3, and one that's 4. All right, and we're doing the dye under the ice and 6 colors. So let's see here. We gotta do Blood Moon. We'll do bronze, why not? I don't know if that's gonna look very good. We'll do, this one's Pagoda Red. I feel like we need some yellow. let's see here. Let's do terracotta and Fire on the Mountain and marigold. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I've got pagoda red, bronze, and blood moon. Here they are. All right, now I gotta decide where to put what. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do marigold at the very top. So I rolled dye on the ice for this one. Do you spin dry your shirts before folding? It looks pretty wet still. Yeah, they're pretty wet. I just hand wring them. And these ones I hand wring like probably 30 minutes ago. So they're not sopping wet, but they're not like the spun dry. They're still pretty sticky. Good question though. All right, here's bronze. No, it's not. This is marigold. Marigold. Now I'm gonna do bronze. I've never used bronze, so hopefully this is cool. Watch, this is gonna be the coolest thing I make, and then it's gonna have blue splotches all over it because I messed it up. Okay, then I'm gonna do terracotta. And pagoda, or I'll do Fire on the Mountain next. This is a special edition color. That's why it's in this huge, when they do special edition colors, they only do 8-ounce things, which is kind of a gamble because sometimes I hate the color and then I have 8 ounces of it. But it's worth it. Sometimes it's been worth it because once the special edition colors are gone, you have to buy them in 5-pounders. But if you ever see a special edition color you really, really like that's been discontinued now, there's this lady on, I can't remember what her name is, but she's on Facebook. She buys the 5-pound things and then separates them into smaller sets so that you can buy them from her. So there's a little hot tip for you if you're ever in the market for a special edition color. Okay, so I'm going to set this in here and go get some ice. All right, I'm gonna add some ice. So the reason I have this pool noodle right here is just to support the shirt and make it so that the shirt and the ice don't fall down. This ice I'm using here is just what I have in my fridge. I did a test with like bagged and crushed and cubed, and I actually preferred what comes out of my fridge the most. So there you have it. There's a hot tip for that. Oh my gosh, hold on one sec. I gotta move this. It's dripping on my thing. I don't know what I was thinking doing that. Alrighty, I made a mess over here. That's okay, that's part of what you do when you tie-dye is you make big old messes. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. Let me just clean up my space like I didn't do last time. Any other questions? Oh, I only did 5 colors? Pagoda red, bronze, marigold, blood moon, terracotta, and Fire on the Mountain. Did I miss one? Oh no, did I miss one? Tracy, which one did I miss? That would have been a mistake. All right, I'm gonna wipe this off. That's what I get for talking while I'm working, huh? See, there's still blue speckles. They're hidden. They're all over the place. And then over here I made a big mess. Ugh. All right. Okay, last one. This is a shorter life today, but that's okay. Sometimes you don't want to hang out with me for 45 minutes. All right, here we go. Last one. Let's see. We've had some easy ones today. All right, here we go. Which one did I miss? I missed Pagoda Red. Oh, God. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Once the ice melts, I'll flip it over and I'll add Pagoda Red on the other side. Deal? That's what I'll do. Because typically with those rolls, it's really thick, and so the color doesn't go all the way through. So I'll probably need to flip it over and add a color. So I'll do that. I'll add Pagoda Red when I flip it over. Okay, here we go. Here we go, everybody. 7. Audience choice. Okay, folks, you get to choose. You get to choose. What would you like to see? I have all of these things all ready to go, and I also have a swaddle. So if you're interested in seeing how I do a swaddle, I could do a swaddle as well. So, oh, you did? My mom I used to make these Practical shirts, and they both wore theirs yesterday. All right, let's see. 5 colors. Oh my gosh, geez, we're really, okay, now how do I do a 5 backwards? 5. Is that 5? Hey, that looks pretty good. All right, let's see. What? 3. Ooh, okay, so we're gonna do a rainbow with 5 colors. That works out perfectly. And let's see which fold we should do. 8, a heart. Oh, a rainbow heart on something. What should we do? Rainbow heart. Die on the ice. What do you guys think? Socks. I probably can't do socks because it's a heart. But I could do a t-shirt or a swaddle or a kid's shirt, or I could roll, if we want to do socks, actually let's do that. I'm going to let you guys do, I'm going to do socks. So here are my socks options. So we're going to do a scrunchy socks. Deal? Rainbow? Scrunchy, oh, swaddle, shirt, towel. Okay, now I did it. Swaddle would be cute. A heart rainbow swaddle. Should we do it? I've never done a heart on a swaddle. I have a neighbor who is, who just barely had her baby, 9 pounds, 14 ounces. The baby's huge. And I need to make her a swaddle. So I soda ash soaked one. Let's do it. All right, now I'm gonna need to make a lot more space here because these swaddles are big. Alrighty, so I make my swaddles by hand. There's this store called Nature's Fabrics that has this bamboo gauze fabric that is just, it's the best. It's lightweight, but it has a little bit of like weight to it, so it's not thick, but it has like a little bit of weight on it, and I make them really big. So here I'm just folding it in half. Now I need to find the center, so let me go like this and mark the center. Okay. So that is the center. It's not going to be perfect, but let's see. I can't really see on here. It will be a very nice gift, I think so. I don't know if she likes tie-dye, but you have to like tie-dye. Just remembered I need to commission a swaddle. Custom orders, right now I don't really have like a lot of custom orders. So, I could make you a swaddle, oh, that was, hold on, I don't like that. I could make a swaddle, in probably a week. So here I'm just changing the shape of the heart. I didn't like what I did before. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna turn it like, there, maybe that's better. Okay, so then what I do is I accordion fold. So I just fold over, under, and the exterior I'm not even gonna worry about because I'm gonna just scrunch it anyway. So I'm just gonna go like this. I'm just following this line. This will be cute too because she's a little girl. Sometimes people are all reticent about hearts with boys. I also, had a video go live on Wednesday doing a rainbow spiral. And it's a series I'm doing talking about the 5 colors you should get if you're just barely starting out from Dharma if you want to do rainbows. They're like my go-to rainbow colors. I hope that this is going to work out because I can't really feel the bottom of the fabric. But anyway, the colors I use for like my typical rainbow aren't usually like typical tie-dye rainbow where they're like really bright. They're kind of more like when you look at a rainbow, what colors you see. So they're better blue green, dynamite, daffodil, cobalt blue, and powerberry are my go-to rainbows. All right, so I'm just taking this sinew here and I'm gonna wrap it 4 or 5 times. I'm gonna take the sinew puller here. Yeah, my swaddles last forever, and I also know some kids who use them even until they're like 8. It's like their little comfort blanket because they're really big. So my swaddles are awesome. Thank you for acknowledging. Okay, so I'm going to just scrunch this excess. This right here is the heart. So I'm going to grab another one of these. I just got these from Amazon. They're technically for teachers because they fit like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, but they have holes in them, so I don't have to use the cookie sheet. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm going to kind of block off the heart part so that hopefully I can get the heart part to be more red, and then the rainbow will be on the external side of things. Let me do this really quick. I'm just gonna do this so that I don't get dye on the thing. Okay, so for my red, what do we think about watermelon? It's kind of pink. Red, let's see, we're doing rainbow. So red, orange, yellow. So maybe I'll do watermelon and then marigold. And then red, orange, yellow, and then green. I'll do emerald green, kingfisher blue, and hydrangea. Okay. I wish I had an easier way to get all my swatches down. Okay, so I've got 5 colors here. Okay, so I'm doing dye. What did I draw? Dye over the ice. Okay, let me go get the dye really quick, or the ice really quick. I'm probably gonna need more than this. Let's see. Yep. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna do, can you even see? Watermelon is delicious. Let the heart color split. Yes, it will split with this dye on the ice, ideally. Okay, watermelon. First color. Now I need to really keep track of myself here so I don't miss colors. Okay, I'm going to just sprinkle it on. I've said this before. I used to use just like a plastic spoon, which works perfectly fine. But now I use this milkshake spoon that it has like an extra long handle on it. Okay, so I did the red. I like to go in rainbow order just so I know that I'm not mixing. I'm not making brown. Okay, now I'm gonna do marigold. Right here on the scrunchy part. Red, orange, yellow. I always have to tell myself. Red, orange, yellow, green, emerald green. This is gonna be so pretty. I'm excited. If you are curious to see the final results, I always share them at the beginning of my next lives. Next week I won't be live because it is gonna be the 4th of July. But if you follow my Instagram, it's store brand Anna. I will share results there as well. So that is where I post a lot of my like process type stuff. My more behind the scenes type stuff. Here's hydrangea. I haven't used this in a long time. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is gonna be so pretty. I was gonna do a tall deep scrunch with this swaddle, but this might be fun. Plus I have a couple other blanks that I could do a tall deep scrunch if this looks real bad. So anyway, all right. Okay, folks, let's see, 30 minutes. That's pretty good. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, follow me on Instagram if you want to see this behind the scenes stuff, watch the ice melt. My rinse out process, I have a whole video that I just did on that if you're curious how I rinse out my projects. And then, oh, that's fun. I have some of those actually. I have some, she said she uses, or he said, I shouldn't assume. They said they use the plastic cocktail spoons. That's fun. But anyway, I also have an Etsy store. If you are in the market, you can buy from me. If you would like a free ebook, I put together this ebook of all of my favorite folds. Not all of them. I shouldn't say all of them. It only has 12, but it has 12 folds. It's for beginners and all the way up to advanced people. If you want to like have a more detailed view of how to do a geode and that kind of stuff. Some people are just better at reading directions than watching like YouTube videos. So I put that together. I have that linked in the description. And the only thing I get from it is that you join my email list. And then the joy is you get to hear from me twice a week. What more could you want? Right? Right? All right. Thanks for joining me, folks. I hope you have an awesome Saturday. Stay safe, stay cool. I heard my friends or my sisters in Paris, and it's supposed to get up to 100 degrees. He is the correct pronoun. All right. Yeah. Skate or tie-dye. I like it. It's cool. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Have an awesome Saturday. Yes, the books, the book too, I made it really pretty. I purposely made it very artsy. It's a good tabletop gift too. If I have hard copies, if you want one of those too. Okay, thanks guys. See ya.